Hello, Rhonda Meyer here. I am the owner of Rhonda's House of Wellness and Fitness, if you don't know me already. And I wanted to discuss this particular question because it keeps coming up a lot about things that female athletes need to know that are over 30 years of age. Did you know that you actually lose 3% of your muscle mass for every decade over 30? So if you are not strength training, then that means between 30 and 40 years of age, if you're not strength training, then you lose 3% of your muscle mass. And then you lose another 3% from 40 to 50, and then another 3% from 50 to 60. So it is something to be concerned about because this leaves you open to be predisposed to osteopenia, which is the precursor to osteoporosis, and the osteoporosis would be next after being diagnosed with osteopenia, which means that you have brittle bones, which leaves you more susceptible as you get older to breaking bones and stress fractures, which if you're an athlete, you certainly don't want to be sidelined by breaking a bone or having a stress fracture, and it does happen. But all of this is really preventable. So if you have a strength training program, this is so important to actually improving your endurance. And I know a lot of my Facebook friends here are endurance athletes, whether ultra runners, mostly triathletes that I have in my circle of friends. And so lifting weight is so important because what happens is it strengthens your muscles, and your muscles are what move your bones. And then your bones aren't stagnant either, that they are always changing and either declining in density or actually increasing in density. So the body really is amazing in how it can actually adapt to what you put it through. So when you do power training and when you do plyometrics, you are actually strengthening your bones. Your body realizes that this is stress to it, and it needs to get stronger to actually continue this particular stress. So it adapts to what you're doing to it. It really is amazing to know this. But if you're not doing that, then the bones actually decline and do not get stronger, and actually you lose bone density, and that's why if you're over 60, that for most insurances that it's mandatory that you have a bone density test every year. So you really want to be on the prevention side of that. And what I mean is that when you strength train, you're actually preventing injuries. You are building muscle mass, which is what we talked about, that actually we lose if we don't do anything about it. And I'm talking to you, cardio queens, that you're always on the treadmill or you're always on the elliptical and you like your cardio. You really need to actually include some strength training at least 2 to 3 times a week. And I don't mean just lifting 5-pound weights. I mean increasing your weight so that it is the weight that you're lifting, so that it is heavy enough to create change in your body. And the benefits to that are that your muscles start to adapt, you become stronger, it improves your posture, and you actually become stronger in your sport. So we have heard that the athlete actually declines in speed and endurance as an athlete ages. But this is preventable. I mean, you have control over that, and it is actually fixable. And you can actually, again, prevent injuries by incorporating strength training into your weekly routine. And how that is because when you're running, that when you strength train, that your muscles are stronger and actually can provide more power as you're going through the foot strike. And the same thing on the bike, that you can become stronger in pushing out more watts on the bike when you strength train, and when you have stronger muscles that are moving your bones through that motion. So, and the muscles look a lot better too. Certainly when we want to fight the flab as we get older. So I hope that you take this in good stride. You really should be incorporating some form of strength training 2 to 3 times a week, lifting heavy, forget about these 5-pound weights, increase that so that you can become stronger and independent as you get older. So hopefully that you found this helpful and informative. If you did like this, share this with somebody else, get this information out there. And also, I want to let you know that this is what I do. This is what I love doing. I train the female athlete to really become more confident, hitting their next PR with lots of confidence, and also getting out of the chronic injury cycle. It is something that you can change. And you don't just have to, think about having surgery just because you have knee pain. That there's a lot of things that you can do to prevent, and also get through these little wiggles and niggles of pain that you might be having. So I do have a 12-week program that is all virtual. My athletes get exercise, personalized exercise program, and I also help them and coach them through mindset and also nutrition too. And it is amazing the results that my clients get, which is super exciting. So if you want more information, let's just have a conversation. Reach out to me, private message me, and let's talk to see if what I have might be a good fit for you. All right, have a good night.